second piece is there are 4 ways of listening that we talk about in NVC. So either whatever is coming my way, you're going to say things to me that I'm going to find challenging. And it's again an attention practice. I'm paying attention to different kinds of data. So either I am hearing blame, I hear blame and criticism, and I respond by blaming back. I'm going to give you another break. Okay? Whatever you say to me, I'm interpreting it through a lens of you are criticizing and blaming me, and my response to you is to defend myself by putting it back on you. Right? So people will even do this when you're trying to be empathic. So you might try to be empathic and you might say something like, you know, I'm wondering if you're feeling really sad right now. And if they're hearing blame and criticism and blaming back, they're going to say something to you like, really? So you just think that I'm a sad loser? You know what? I am just fine with my feelings, thank you very much. And you're the one who needs to stop overanalyzing everything. Yeah?
Sounds like Mike's wife. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it doesn't really matter what you're saying, or sometimes it's really direct. You hear blame and criticism and you respond by blaming back. Second way of listening. You hear blame and criticism and you blame yourself. So they say, you know, I'm wondering if you're feeling really sad right now. And you hear that as a critical thing. And you start thinking to yourself, I know, I am always sad. That's what's wrong with me. I should really go get some drugs. The problem with me is that I'm just one of those sad, melancholic people who's never going to be happy. And I don't know why I bother getting out of bed in the morning. And, you know, I can't even hide it from the world, and everybody else sees me as that sad person. I guess I'm just that sad person in the world. Okay? So you see then how we join with the criticism and turn on ourselves. The NVC/compassionate communication frame is that I hear or I listen for your feelings and needs, my feelings and needs. So it doesn't really matter what you say to me. I am not hearing what you think about me. I mean, I'm hearing it, but I'm containing it. I am listening for what is alive in you and what is deeply important to you. And I respond to the message, not the delivery.
Yep.
So when you're practicing compassionate communication, you don't get derailed by somebody's delivery. When they tell you, you know, the problem is that you never listen. You never frickin' know how to listen to anyone except yourself. You only hear such urgency and pain and frustration and a really, really deep need to be seen, to be heard, to be understood, and to matter. And you respond to that message. You don't get your knickers in a twist, as they say, about the delivery. And I check in with my own feelings and needs. As you say that to me, I check in with what are my feelings, what's coming alive for me, and what's deeply important to me in this interaction. And it might be, whoa, I'm feeling really agitated. That was kind of difficult to feel. And I have a real need right now to stay present or be grounded or to understand or to continue connecting. And then I align my strategy with what my feelings and needs are. But I don't hear blame and criticism. I let that go. You know, it's like having a fishing net. And you're only going to catch the big fish. You let all the little fish go. And the little fish are people's outdated strategies for communication. You just don't let them derail you. You're constantly listening. Your feelings and needs, my feelings and needs, and you're putting that back into the relational space. Comments, questions? Is that helpful to map out?
Mm-hmm. What's in that bottom right-hand corner?
My feelings and needs. Yeah, it's not, I have the most terrible handwriting.
Okay.
There you go. That's an N. That's a plus. Yep. So this is, another way of saying this is I connect with you and I connect with me.
Oh.
Here, I defend against you and try to change you. Here, I turn on myself and try to change myself. Here, I'm really entrenched in ideas of wrongness.
Is this really possible to do in the middle of the heat of a...
It depends on how activated I am. So it's possible to do when I've developed the muscles to do it. The question was, if you didn't hear it, is this really possible to do in the heat of battle? And that really depends on your own personal capacity. It depends on how afraid I am.
So experience has a lot to do with it too. Right?
Yeah, I will say that my capacity to stay here 10 years in is much, much broader than it was when I began. It's much easier for me now because I've practiced enough that it's much more of a default, but it's not where I was 10 years ago.
And it probably depends on how important the relationship is. It's easy to, for me, it's easy to notice feelings and needs when I really don't accept their criticism, so to speak.
Yes.
Whereas if it's someone extremely important to me, it's harder.
Yes, exactly.